This week from Crumbl Cookies, Kevin and I are going to be trying the Strawberry Crumb Cake, the Cookies and Cream, Peanut Butter featuring Reese's Pieces, Cannoli, and Cinnamon Square. The cookies this week were provided to us free from Crumbl, which we greatly appreciate, but you know, we'll always give you our true opinions. It has been quite the day.
The journey.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Crumbl opens at 8 a.m. So you want the cookies to be ready at 8 a.m. They were not ready until 12 p.m. till noon. They were not all
and they
ready.
were still selling out of stuff as the day was going.
Yes. So I put a notification on Instagram, and then for when I found out that we had waited an hour and I was going to have to wait an additional hour, so 2 hours now. Then I decided to put a short up on YouTube. So that's a really good use of having a short, is you can tell people what's going on. So that video's there. But basically they said that the people that were supposed to prep,
well, they didn't say that. They just said that stuff wasn't there ready when they got there this morning.
Right, that nothing was prepped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's probably the people that were supposed to do things ahead of time. I don't know that.
But that's how it was said to you, was that nothing
was ready that morning when they got there.
Yeah. So I'm just letting you know, if you've ever wondered, like, what's going on? Where's the video? I usually try to update on Instagram and Facebook, and now I'll use the shorts because I can do that. So that's nice. But hey, we're here. We're happy about it. So the Strawberry Crumb Cake is a strawberry cookie topped with a glaze and strawberry vanilla streusel. Now let me tell you, we're not used to being there at noon either, and they were hopping.
They were busy. Of course, people were delayed because they weren't able to get cookies this morning.
Exactly. So it's kind of, yeah, everybody was there at one time.
This is going to sound bizarre. Does that have like a cornbread kind of cornmeal, corn muffin kind of flavor to you?
Flavor?
It does to me.
I can understand why you would say that, but
it tastes good on like a corn muffin to me. It's not quite as strong as that, but it does have that flavor. I don't get any strawberry.
I don't either. And
I think the only strawberry you get those the crumb on top.
Well, it's supposed to be, if you look at the list of ingredients, which I will put all the nutritional information, the list of ingredients, all that at the end of the video. There's strawberry in there like 3 times. The strawberry is listed like 3 different times. I promise you, I do not taste it.
It says strawberry cookie.
It's supposed to be, yeah, I don't taste it at all.
I mean, look, you can tell.
I know.
I mean, maybe some there, but that may have been when I cut it.
But you can't taste it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I would never know that was strawberry.
Unfortunately, no, you would not know that was supposed to be a strawberry cookie at all.
You know what? I know what it tastes like. You know the Kentucky butter cake we had? Was it last week?
Yes, because I was going to say.
That's what it tastes more like.
Yes, I know.
Except it doesn't have that good glaze on the top.
I agree. I agree.
That's where I'm getting. That's the cornmeal kind of flavor. That's the flavor I'm getting.
And you know, it had just come to me as I'm sitting here talking, right before you said that. I promise you, I was going to say it would remind you of the Kentucky butter cake. That's what it tastes like. It doesn't taste anything like strawberry.
And it doesn't have that good butter glaze of the Kentucky butter cake.
I think it's a good cookie.
I
like
cookie,
it.
yeah.
But don't go in expecting strawberry, because there's absolutely no strawberry
at least
whatsoever.
the one from our location.
I think, yeah, like the ingredients listed, so I know it's there. And there's something given it that color on top, but it does not even remotely taste like strawberry.
No. I agree.
Still good though.
Still good, but it reminds you of the Kentucky butter cake more than anything.
So this is a crunchy cookie. Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it?
It's all kinds
It's
of
pretty. This is the Cookies and Cream. It's a dark chocolate and a vanilla cookie with white drizzle and cookies and cream pieces. Both of these, the first one and this one, have both had white chips.
Mm-hmm. I like that. The chocolate has a good flavor to it. The little vanilla cookie is kind of plain, but
this is a crunchy cookie.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a traditional. Most Crumbl cookies are either ooey gooey or they're very soft. This one is actually crunchy through and through for me.
Not like a Chips Ahoy, but I agree. It does have a lot more crunch than most of their cookies do. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's not the most exciting flavor in the world, but it's not bad. It's just okay.
It's very plain.
Yeah, it is.
It's not very sweet at all.
The chocolate's the only thing that gives it flavor.
It's not very sweet. There's not much going on with it. It looks really pretty, but it's just actually very plain.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It would not be one I would choose again.
No.
Okay. This cookie caused a lot of trouble today. Because even after they had been open for almost 3 hours, this one was still sold out.
Yeah, they were still working on it.
They were still working. Well, they say sold out, but that just means that they haven't made it yet. In our case, it meant they hadn't made it yet because it was like the last cookie they made today. This is the peanut butter featuring Reese's Pieces. It's a peanut butter cookie with the Reese's Pieces. It is a good size cookie.
Mm-hmm. It's a really nice peanut butter cookie.
Mm-hmm. It has a great texture. If you like an old-fashioned peanut butter cookie, but you know, I really do taste the Reese's in it.
Mm-hmm.
That Reese's Pieces, you get the crunchy shell, but then you actually get that sweet peanut butter.
That's really good. I like that one. That's my favorite one so far.
This one is crunchy around the whole outer edge, and
it's really soft in the middle.
It's not ooey gooey.
No, just
but
soft.
it is completely baked. So either you're one of those people who like an ooey gooey cookie or you're not. I've heard some people say, oh, these are too underdone for me. That's why I'm letting you know ours is baked through and through very well.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's soft, but it's still baked.
And then if you want a crunchy cookie, that cookies and cream is actually crunchy.
Yeah, it's got crunchiness.
Yeah. So I'm going to finish this while you're cutting up the next one, which is cannoli.
And this is their sandwich cookie this week.
It's new.
Yeah. Well, all the sandwiches are new. I tell you what, they pretty much had everything already done this time, like made up. The only thing that wasn't already done was the powdered sugar on top of this. Everything else was already pretty much done up.
Cannoli is, they're buttery cookies. You get 2 buttery cookies, sandwiching cannoli-inspired filling, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and powdered sugar. I want some with the chocolate chips.
I do too. The cookies themselves are not hard, but they're tougher. So when you bite into them, that really soft filling just all squishes out.
You definitely taste the cinnamon.
Most of the flavor I get is cinnamon.
Once again, if you want a completely baked, no ooey gooey at all, this would be a good one to pick because it's so thin that there's nothing about it that is underbaked.
I don't think I held it up after I cut it. There's a decent layer of filling in there. That one is kind of plain as well though, really. The cinnamon is good, but as far as the cookie and stuff like that goes, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just not very exciting. I'm gonna work on this while you're talking about it.
Kevin and I have had traditional cannolis, and you either love them or you're gonna think they're plain, and it's not something you're gonna want to order
Well,
again.
the filling's always really plain.
We are used to super, super sweet items, foods that a lot of people can't tolerate because we do like super sweet things. So as people who are used to super sweet things, cannolis to us are very plain. We have had traditional cannolis and they're just plainer. This honestly has this cannoli. The cookies themselves are dry. They're very dry because they're thinner. And they're, like I said, they're fully baked. So it's a very dry. You do get 2 cookies, but they're dry cookies.
They're not crunchy. They're just firm.
Right, and then the filling, you do taste the cinnamon, and that's what it tastes like. It tastes like cinnamon, and then you get the texture of those chocolate chips.
Right.
So what does it taste like? It tastes like a cinnamon cookie, but it doesn't taste like a cinnamon sugar cookie. It's not that sweet.
Mm-mm. No,
so
it is a little more
cinnamon, but without all the sweet.
Right.
Hey, you got that out of there.
Yeah. I don't know that you'd be able to get that out with your fingers though, because it's pretty well stuck in there.
I wondered if it said Crumbl on the bottom, but it didn't.
No,
it's not a keepsake pan. Wouldn't that be cool?
No, and you could tell it ran over the edge, so some of the sugar got like baked on the bottom.
This, we know because when Kevin pulled it up online, it says this is new this week. So they had 2 new items. The cannoli's new, and then this is called a cinnamon square. It's new this week. This one is 50 cents more. So whatever, I'm just telling you for our area. If you pay $4 for your cookies, this is going to be $4.50. Right. If you pay $5 for your cookies, then this, I'm assuming, is going to be $5.50 in your area. So expect to pay more.
You see how thick that is? It looks like a cinnamon roll.
My goodness. It's like at Walt Disney World, Gaston's.
Yeah, it reminds you of that.
It reminds you that it's not as big as Gaston's,
no, it's not
but it's pretty big. I had to do it. I never mention the calories during these videos because I always put it at the end of the video. If you want to know, it's at the end of the video. I had to look at the calories for this because it's a monster. Yeah. It's 1,000 calories. If you eat this whole thing, it's 1,000 calories. It is a cinnamon square marbled with brown sugar, cinnamon butter, and vanilla cream cheese frosting.
All right. They give you enough frosting?
Well, we're going to find out. It looks like it. It's like a cake.
Mm-hmm. There's more frosting.
I'm good.
It's very cake-like. It's more cake than like cinnamon roll or a bar. It's definitely not a bar because we were thinking maybe it's a bar. It's not.
It's not a bar.
It's really more of a big, thick piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake.
With some cinnamon sugar stuff in the middle. Although I don't really get a cinnamon flavor.
You don't taste cinnamon?
A little bit, but it's not like it's not as strong as the cannoli. I think the cinnamon cannoli is stronger.
I do too. Yeah. The cannoli has stronger cinnamon flavor.
I do get cinnamon. I'm just saying it's not really super strong. As much as it looks like it's in there, you would think it'd be a lot stronger. It's not. I get more of a brown sugar flavor than cinnamon, honestly.
But this is not the same texture. Like people are gonna wonder, would you compare the texture of this to Cinnabon?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not a cinnamon roll.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
It's literally cake.
Yes, that's what it's like. It's a piece of cake. They could have called it a cinnamon cake.
Cinnamon cake square or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the name of it's fine, cinnamon square, whatever. But you are literally about a piece of cake. And
I like it though.
The cinnamon is not as to me, I don't like it as much as I do Cinnabon. I like Cinnabon better.
Yeah, it's different though.
It is different because Cinnabon has more cinnamon flavor.
Yeah, and I like the glaze, the frosting on top.
Cinnabon has more of a cinnamon sugar, and it's sweeter. And I've already told you, I've explained, we really like sweet things. So saying that, this is not quite sweet enough for me personally.
It's more cakey than the cinnamon.
Yes, yeah.
I like it though. I really do like the flavor of it. I like the texture. The texture is kind of like it's not like cake texture necessarily. It's more chewy than that, but it's more cake-like than a roll type.
Would that be something you would get again?
Comparing out of the cookies this week,
Any week. Would you ever get that again?
I have to compare it against the cookies that it's with.
Okay, that's fair.
Because other cookies I might say yes, some I might say no.
Okay, that's fair.
With the cookies it's with this week, you should definitely try it for sure. But I don't know that I would necessarily go buy it again as a second time.
Okay.
I'd probably buy more of the peanut butter cookies.
Okay. So which do you think is the sweetest this week?
Probably that cake.
You think the cake is well, you're right, because nothing else here
Nothing
is
else
sweet.
is really sweet.
Yeah.
That wasn't sweet. The cookies and cream really wasn't sweet. Peanut butter cookie was good, but it wasn't sweet.
It's peanut butter sweet.
Yeah.
If you know, the Reese's...
the cannoli could have been sweet, like really over the top sweet, but the filling wasn't sweet. So yeah, I think that square is the sweetest.
But it's just because of that cream cheese frosting. It's not because of the cake necessarily.
I think the cake itself has sweetness.
Try it. I didn't find it to be that sweet, to me.
No, I mean, it's not overly sweet.
So if you were to tell somebody...
That tastes just like a yellow cake mix, though, you buy at the store.
I know.
It's just a little chewier.
Yeah, I know. So if you were to tell somebody, if somebody were to say, what is the sweetest one this week?
The square, for sure.
Okay, which one would you get this week?
The peanut butter one.
The peanut butter, okay. Okay, so that's my choice going to be. That's what my choice is going to be too. It's going to be the peanut butter. And
would you recommend people try that though? If they're going to buy something new this week?
Questions you don't want the answer to.
I think you should try it.
I think you should try anything.
I think it's
new.
worth trying for sure.
Well, I would never get it again.
But I wouldn't get it again either.
I would never get the cannoli again though.
No, the cannoli was just too plain.
I would
cannolis
never.
are always plain.
So like, yes, I'm glad we had the opportunity. I'm very glad that we had the opportunity to try it, but would I ever get it again? Absolutely not.
No, did they duplicate the taste of the cannoli? Kinda, because they are kind of plain.
They are kind of plain, but it's just not it's not to my sweetness preference. Yeah. So for me, I would not get them again. No. And the strawberry, unfortunately, it did not taste like strawberry at all.
No. If you like the Kentucky butter,
but
if you like the Kentucky butter, take away that buttery glaze, that's what you got.
And I partially didn't really care for the cookies and cream. It wasn't bad, but it's so bland. It's so bland and it's crunchy and it's just very, very plain that for me, this just wasn't the best week.
The only two I would actually recommend you get is the peanut butter and the square. Mm-hmm. The square mostly because it's new and it is good. It tastes good. It's just it's just basically souped up cake though.
And I do have to say, I don't want to be negative. I don't mean to be that way at all. I think it's wonderful that they're trying new things. Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's good. And it's only 50 cents. It is 50 cents more, but you're getting a lot.
You're getting a lot. And I do think it's great that they're trying their hand at new things and that they're offering you new things to bring you in the door and to see if you like them or not. And a lot of times if enough people say, hey, this isn't for us, then they'll mix it up next time. They'll do different things to it and they might bring it out again, but it might be a completely revamped recipe or something. So, for me, they just it needs some tweaking is all. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will have lots of pictures for you at the end, and thanks for watching.